Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Riverside School District Athletic Network. John Mendola joined by the superintendent, Paul Brennan. And Paul, exciting times for the Lady Vikes to get to this point and playing Imhotep here at Liberty High School in Bethlehem.
Yeah, very exciting times. Thank you for joining us at home. We're really excited. We had a lunch with the girls today, and I know they're pumped up, looking pretty confident.
Well, here comes the starting lineups for Riverside, who seems like they brought all the fans. I know you have a big following back home in Taylor, people not able to make the game, thankfully able to see the game thanks to the school district, yourself, and your athletic director of putting this on for the Riverside community.
Yeah, we want to thank Dan Digwood and our school board for helping us make this happen. So we appreciate you helping us out, John.
So the starting lineup, here comes Kylie Lavelle. And Lily Pond, who's played really well this year as well. The national anthem was already played. And one of the things about Imhotep is they have a 6'4" girl who's pretty darn good in the middle, right? And among other things, but when you have somebody 6'4", that is a big presence.
Yeah, when you have quick guards like they have and you have a 6'4" person in the middle, that allows your guards to take chances. And that's kind of their style of play.
And she's got 4 names, Michaela Sunshine Rampart Carter, so it's a big name. We'll probably be announcing her name an awful lot tonight. And, of course, we'll get the scouting report and know what we're going to look for tonight as well. We're going to see number 0 in Janiyah Smith, who's about 5'9", point guard, averages over 17 a game. She's pretty darn good, and she can do anything. And this team likes to drive the basketball into the lane, not much on the outside shots.
Yeah, and that's going to be one of the keys to the game for us is to be able to contain them and keep them in front. I think if we can do that and hold them to some outside shots, we'll be in the game here at the end.
Tanaya Finney is number 3. She is a pure point guard, has a lot of quickness, and we're underway. And Riverside will win the basketball. So they'll set things up here early, and you'll see a lot of pressure here out of Imhotep as they are all over Lavelle already. And Alanovich will try to get it, but it is Imhotep coming up with the basketball here in after the steal. And there is a three-pointer by their leading scorer, Janiyah Smith.
Yeah, we definitely got to get out and contest that. Even though we don't want them to drive to the hoop, we definitely got to contest.
We'll see a whole lot of possession, we think, from Kylie Lavelle, who stops and pops on that one. So the opening moments here at Liberty High School on the Riverside Athletic Network. And they go down low, and a lefty shot there. Nice play by Samaya Stevens.
Yeah, and that's where you're going to see number 11. She's on the left. I've watched this team play twice over the weekend, and she slashes to the hoop, usually from the left side.
3-point attempt. That one is off there by Sloboda. And it'll come down court here. In all red is Imhotep Charter. So the Panthers moving the ball around. 5-2 is the count. Riverside in white tonight. Trying to be as patient as they could. Riverside right now showing some zone, and they give it back to number 11, and she scores once again. That is Stevens.
Yeah, we're going to have to move our feet a little bit better on defense. Otherwise, it could be a long night because that's their game plan. They're going to drive and penetrate.
7-2, Lavelle. Another jumper. That one bounces out. Good job. Hustle. Pond back out to Sloboda. She'll look over to the other side. And that one by Olanovich, it goes out on Imhotep.
Yeah, I think another key is going to be we want to be able to settle in sooner rather than later. We don't want to dig a hole here.
Oh, over the weekend, we got to see Holy Redeemer in a similar situation in the first quarter, able to fight back. Great rebound, great try again, and you just got to keep plugging away there as number 24, Lily Pond, had a couple stabs at it, unable to connect.
Yeah, you could see in Lily's shot there, we still have the nerves. We'll get those nerves and we'll settle in here. Great effort, though, on the 3 rebounds there.
5:53 on the clock. We're in quarter number 1. The superintendent, Paul Brennan, with me. I'm John Mendola here on the Riverside Athletic Network. Want to thank our friends at the PIAA for getting us going tonight. And, of course, the people down here at Liberty High School. There's a 6'4" girl in Rampart Carter. She's wide open now, but a good job by Lily Pond of baiting her and getting the steal.
And that's another, sometimes they're overly aggressive on Imhotep, which I've seen on film, and sometimes to a fault. So I'd like to be in the bonus at some point because they do take chances.
One team foul apiece thus far. 5:36 on the clock, quarter number one. Here comes your Drexel-bound player.
Yeah, Kylie can't pick up her dribble that far away.
Yeah, and they switch it over to the other side. That is Smith, who's going to drive in and got stuffings over there by Lavelle. Got great handles, these young ladies here from Imhotep. Finney got it back over to Smith now. Looks around. They'll spread you out a little bit. They have a wide open Michaela Sunshine Rampart Carter, 6'4". And now we got another foul here.
Yeah, and we just want to contain there. We don't want to be overly aggressive. Let them make the mistake.
5:02 on the clock here in quarter number one.
You know, she's gonna not hurt us out there, but if they extend out, there's gonna be lanes for them to drive.
Outside shot, that is good. So Finney connects.
Well, that's not a good sign for us. When
No.
They hit two right out of the gates.
We have a timeout on the floor. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. We are back here at Liberty High School in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. The superintendent, Paul Brennan, John Mendola with you as we take in the Riverside and Imhotep Class 3A playoffs. And right now it's a 10-2 advantage for the team in red, Imhotep.
Another thing I noticed right off the bat is when we shoot an outside shot, we got to have people crashing the boards. It can't be a one and done.
Yeah.
Especially this team will leak out in transition.
So far, the only bucket for Riverside is a Lavelle jumper. She is triple teamed right now. Now they get it out and over, and a good bucket as Antonacci does a nice job there.
And we got to see more of that where we can get into the paint and get the ball to Kylie.
10-4 is the score, so both buckets by Lavelle, but Morgan Antonacci did the job there. Again, they like to drive this Imhotep team, and that is a gorgeous jumper right there by the leading scorer, Smith.
Yeah, there's not much you could have done about that. That was smooth.
12-4 is the count, an 8-point advantage. We're at the halfway point of quarter number one. Sloboda for three. Off the far side of the rim, it'll go over to the Panthers. This one comes out almost the steal there by Lavelle. They were lurking. Back underneath the Tolly. Can't get it to finish. And Lily Pond back over as we get it back in Antonacci's hands. Now corner. Here is Lavelle. Going to be short. And the rebound goes again to Carter. They ran the floor well there. Just couldn't finish. Still 12-4, 3:25 on the clock. Paul, these playoff games just fly by. I mean, you know, things are more efficient, whether it's the officials, the score table, the players. It's just a fast-paced game.
Yeah, and it's good to be on a neutral floor with neutral officials, and we've seen that on the boys and the girls side where these games have been flying.
Pond had an extra step there, no walk, and Sloboda bangs one from three.
Well, Katie's going to be a key for us. If she can knock down a couple shots, that's going to open it up inside for Kylie.
12-7 is the count. Here, one of my favorite gymnasiums I've ever been at, Liberty. Just love these. It's an old school, tall bleacher kind of place. Here for years watching regionals in wrestling. And that is a fantastic play, Stevens.
Again, on the left side, like we talked about, that's where she makes her mark.
2:38 now here in the first. 14-7. They've doubled up the Lady Vikes of Riverside. Jack Mikhailo yelling out what he'd like to see here. Lavelle on that opposite side in the corner. And lurking is the 6'4" center. Lavelle trying to get it out.
No. See, we got it. We just got to be more confident with the ball. They're out in transition again.
So Finney scores that one. It is 16-7, 2:10 on the clock. Here's Lavelle going to bring it down and just draw the foul at least.
And that's what we need. She's hard to stop in the open floor. And if you notice, we haven't gotten her touches around the basket only the one time, and we scored off of it.
So the odds are we'll see a whole lot of Kylie Lavelle. Again, that's why she is the young lady that she is and is headed to Drexel. She's all everything here in northeastern Pennsylvania and then some. Just a great young lady.
Well, you know, she's not going to have an ounce of fear in her eyes. She's played 1,000 games all over the country and through AAU and through the teams that we've played here at Riverside.
Hard to think it was a couple years ago. We go back when she fell in her driveway, had that injury, and had to sit out. Was that her freshman year maybe or sophomore year? But just a force and really has done a great job of contributing each and every year and being a great leader this year with some of the other seniors.
Yeah, we just have to settle in here. We're only down 7, and you know, they're a really quick team, but they will make mistakes if we settle in. It looks like we have taken their best punch. They haven't missed a shot yet.
No, right. They're pretty much just making everything. And there's that lefty move, and she was out of bounds. It'll go Riverside's way. So a break finally for the Lady Vikes. Again, as Paul Brennan alluded to, they just trail by 7 with a $1:50 to go here in the first quarter here in the Riverside Athletic Network. Appreciate you joining us. Whether you're in Taylor or Allentown or parts unknown and you're a Lady Vikes fan, there's a quick steal, and that is Janai Smith.
Yeah, when we get the ball in that spot, we got to turn and face. Otherwise, they're going to take it off us every time.
They will give some full court pressure. Haven't seen it yet, but there's a reach and a foul.
And that's what they will do, and that's where officiating does come in. But we're handling the ball way too far from the basket. There's a lot of room for error there, and we're not getting it into that second wave to even get the ball into the paint.
3 team fouls for Imhotep. Here's Sloboda, looks around, back over to Antonacci. Now they get it inside to Lavelle.
That's exactly what you got to do.
2 for a quarter would be good. Couldn't get to it, and a turnover. 1:07 on the clock. They send that one over, another turnover. So Riverside will get a reset here.
Again, what we just saw there, we got to get it to Pond in that middle part of the court and to let her either drive and kick or drive and dump it down.
So Olanovic has the basketball, gets it over to Antonacci. Back over. They'll come out in 2s over there. Driver, Lavelle. A little too much juice on it, and it'll go the other way. Well, Coach Mikhailo now saying he wants a little full court pressure here with 43.9 seconds to go. You know, maybe you burn a little bit of clock, maybe you force an error, and Smith will bring it down. Send it over to that far corner.
It's just a contained pressure, hoping they make a mistake. They also don't want them to wear the clock down here and get one shot.
23 seconds now. They got a couple peeps open. Anise Geiger is 5'11" and a freshman down low hanging out. Outside 3 and nothing but net goes Finney.
We got to go to the rack here. 5
seconds. Here is Lavelle. And they'll keep the ball with 2.1 seconds. 21-9. So they got to figure out how they're going to get the ball in here and see if they can get it up to Lavelle, or Sloboda takes a quick 3 here. Here is the 3, and the banks are open. Beautiful play. Sloboda hits her second 3. That's a big bucket, 21-12.
That's a huge bucket because we answered the 3 that they got down on the other end as time expired. You know, we saw this team on film, and they looked fast on film, but here in person they look even more fast.
Absolutely.
They're very quick with their hands.
We'll take an audio timeout. We'll be right back. We're back for quarter number 2. Getting ready to start out here for the Riverside Lady Vikes Athletic Network. Paul Brennan joins me. He's the superintendent. I'm John Amendola. And, Coach, after one quarter, as you said at the end, nice we got that bucket out of Sloboda. 21-12 feels a little better.
Well, we got to be settled in by now, so it's time to execute, because I think one of the big keys is we have a really nice crowd over there. We need to give them something to cheer about.
Absolutely. And we have a nice following here watching tonight's game. We appreciate everybody joining in tonight and supporting the Lady Vikes of Riverside in District 2. So here's Sloboda back over to the corner. Lily Pond got stuffed over there. There's some tallies on this team, a 5'11 freshman. And unfortunately, they're one of the Imhotep girls. I think that's the leading scorer.
No, number 3 is right over on the side.
I think that's 0.
Oh, 0.
Who got ankled up there. Now, we saw the other day in playoff action a young man who had a shoulder brace. He had a torn labrum, allegedly, and he went down, went into the locker room. He came back out to play. So, well, hopefully she is okay, because she is the leading scorer for them.
Yeah, that would be an unfortunate break for them, and I think we saw that. From what I heard, I haven't seen the game, but I think that happened in the Trinity game to Trinity's best player when they played Imhotep.
So let's hope Janiyah Smith can bounce back here, the senior with 5'9", leading scorer here on the squad. She'll take a seat over there on one of the chairs, and they got great trainers here at these venues, and
if she can get back as the leading leader on that team, she's going to get back. So we hope she's okay.
7:34 on the clock. So now it'll be Finney who will bring the basketball down. She hit a 3, talented. You got Callista Gaiman now in the ball game as well. No double dribble there. Thought maybe something.
I had a double dribble on that as well.
7:18 on the clock. Stevens kicks it back out. There's the drivers that we see, and a travel. So you get a little, a boo-boo here or there. 7:11 on the clock.
We just got to ignite that crowd. They're waiting. They're over there. They're loud and proud, and they're waiting. We got to give them something to help us get back in this game.
Well, let's see what Kylie Lavelle could do. The senior headed to Drexel with her teammates here. Antonacci back over to Lavelle. Nice tight pass that was in there. And as you had mentioned, Paul, just tough to find the rebounders there. And again, this team does have, some guard play, but they always seem to have a presence underneath with that 5'11 freshman now in there.
Yeah, we have to have one or two back because they're good in transition, but everybody else has to crash the boards. And ideally, we'd want to get Kylie a little closer to the hoop or uncontested.
6:31 now on the clock here in quarter number 2. PIAA 3A girls basketball. Next game will be the semifinal, and then next week, the state championships. Every game gets a little bit bigger. And I believe NFHS will be broadcasting all the semifinals for the PIAA. And that ball gets tied up. So it'll go the other way here. 6:10 on the clock.
The best way to come back is to not even allow them shot attempts. So that's a good sign.
And the last 3 possessions have been solid, and their leading players getting tested over there from the trainer. Just seeing, looks like she might be able to come back. It's not grimacing, we don't think, but almost a steal there by the Panthers.
Yeah, we got to reverse the ball there. We had Lily Pond open on the other side, and then you can get Kylie diving to the block.
So Lily Pond now with the basketball. Lavelle looking to post up down there. They're going to front her, and then the ball gets turned over. 5:51 to go.
We just can't afford turnovers like that because we got some climbing back into this game to do. And a little note on Lily Pond. I mean, she's been the rising star in these last. I mean, she's basically been playing like an all-star the second half of the year.
We have a timeout on the floor. Lexi Kotsko comes into the ball game. We'll take a quick audio timeout. We'll be right back. We're back and ready here for more of the second quarter on the Riverside Lady Vikes Athletic Network.
And it looks like Lexi Kostov checked in for Lily Pond. Lexi's actually one of our superstars on the diamond, softball pitcher and shortstop.
Sloboda hit it from behind, no foul. Here comes Lavelle. They stop. Lavelle jumps over the player on the ground and one! Kylie Lavelle.
Well, you're not going to stop Kylie Lavelle in transition. I mean, that's been the rule of thumb all year long. So we got to get more opportunities like that.
And right now, Janiyah Smith is not in the ball game, the leading scorer for Imhotep. But they do bring in the Tolly right now. And again, Michaela Sunshine Rampart Carter, love the name. And she's 6'4". And that free throw goes.
And here we are. We need a couple more stops. We're right back in this game.
21-15. The Lady Vikes trail by 6. Coach Mikhailo barking out what he wants over there. A long time coming for these Lady Vikes to get into these state playoffs and battle.
Now, other than the first few possessions defensively for us, both teams have done an outstanding job of keeping them spread out. Both defense has made the offense extend way out.
Imhotep, here's an outside shot from them. That's a miss. They've been cold this whole quarter.
Yeah, that's about 5 possessions in a row, and here we go in transition.
Lavelle looked like an and one, didn't get it, but it scores the bucket. Wasn't the prettiest, but it went in. 21-17. You hear that crowd that Paul Brennan was talking about. Get them a little louder. Get them into it a little bit more. And again, unfortunately right now for Imhotep, their leading scorer is not on the floor.
Well, momentum is a funny thing, John. And if we can get a few more stops here with that crowd of ours, great things are going to happen.
Tied up on the floor. And potentially maybe Janiyah Smith, I don't really see her over on the bench. Maybe she's getting taped up, in the training room. So that'd be a positive for Imhotep. So they get it back out. It is Gaiman. And that's another turnover. And, Paul, you said you saw this team a few times, and you said, if things go well, we can match up with this team potentially.
Yeah, they do make mistakes because they're usually at a different speed. And when you're at a different speed, you tend to make mistakes. But we got to get into that second wave of the defense. We're way too extended. We can't have Kylie Lavelle that far from the basket.
So this team is coming out on you. Lavelle, if she could drive baseline, but that's a tough spot. Here we go with Lavelle. Here's the driver. Gets her own rebound up against 6'4", and she'll get fouled.
And again, those perimeter guards, if they can just penetrate into the paint or the elbow area extended, good things are going to happen for our offense. We cannot have the ball out by the 28-foot line and expect to execute. It's just not going to happen.
3:55 on the clock. We are more than halfway through the second quarter. And Lavelle had a good stroke there, just rimmed out.
But the one thing you noted, John, is their captain, their team leader, their leading scorer is out. So not only do you lose those points, but the flow of your offense And not that they run a lot of sets, but the flow of that confidence of that person being on the court really changes things up.
21-18. They were down 21-9. A 9-0 run here for the Lady Vikes of Riverside. 3:48, 3A playoffs. PIAA here at Bethlehem Liberty. Finney getting it over Stevens. Now long distance shot short, but great hustle over there by Gamum. And
we got to get those loose balls. That's one we got to get. The other thing we were doing there is number 11. We had her out on the perimeter, not on the left side. Then she finally got in on the left side, and that's where she'll hurt us, towards the rim on the left side.
Single zero is back on the court. She's going to check in here. We've had a few minutes without her since the ankle injury, the number 1 scorer and the leader of this Imhotep team. She's going to find her team down 3. Possibly when she hits the floor, they could go up 5 or 6, or maybe Riverside will get a steal and try to tie it. Anything could happen here. But momentum on the Lady Vike side. And that roll is hurtful. Finney, big shot.
And that's her third three-pointer, so that's obviously been a big part of their offense.
Lavelle will try to drive baseline, fakes it, gets it back in.
See, we're way too extended. We got to get in the paint. We got to make things happen.
Sloboda, long distance, off the rim. Lily Pond, that's Costco that fought for it.
Well, we got the best trainer in the Valley in Jared Bonda, so we're going to see what their trainer's made of. If they got number 0 back into the game here, they're doing all right.
Absolutely. 2:29 on the clock. She went over to the table. Now she came back, and she's having a conversation with her coaches. She'll come back over. That shot is short. Rebound here for the Lady Vikes. The clock just started moving again. It was like stuck. So I don't know if they caught that, but 2:12 is on the clock. 24-18. Lavelle over 3 players, and Kylie Lavelle could shoot and score.
We need to either move the ball or get a guard to step up to penetrate and dish. We got to get her the ball on the block like that.
24-20. A minute and a half has gone off the clock, and none of these players have come in. More importantly for the Lady Vikes to not get Janai Smith here in before the end of the half. Trying to make up for it is number 3, Finney. But here comes Lavelle. Lavelle's going to get it up court. Olanovich knocked down, no foul. You notice all the red jerseys, and Kylie wanted to take a little chance here just to see if they could convert it. $1:30 to play. Jack McKaylo.
Well, we're in a 4-point ball game here right before the half. This is a big possession on the defensive end.
Absolutely. Outside shot for 3, and it goes smooth. Troy Ebo.
Well, our keys to the game are out the window because they've been knocking down shots. And they really haven't on film, but wow, are they shooting the lights out today.
Yeah, everything you say, and drive. They're hitting a bunch of rainbow threes.
See, we got to get Kylie inside there.
56 seconds on the clock. Riverside down 7. They cut it to 4. Sloboda jumper off the front. And then we'll get a foul here on the Lady Vikes. It'll be their 3rd team foul with 48.9 seconds to play here in quarter number 2.
There's going to be 2 or 3 possessions here that are key going into the half. It's a big difference if you're down 5 or if you're down 10.
The coach having a conversation over there with Finney. 39 seconds, a 7-point lead. They'll play for 1 here with 32 seconds now. Riverside still hanging out over there in the zone, but you got to worry about a bunch of players. Gaiman, you know that Finney hit some shots from the outside. Then they could lull you to sleep and finally throw one underneath with 16 seconds here.
Yeah, and they definitely got to watch the girl lurking on the baseline because now Pond's guarding 2 on the weak side.
Smith has a taped-up ankle. Stuffed over there by Lavelle. 4 seconds on the clock. Olanovich. Couldn't get it, and they call it offensive charge with 0.2 seconds. There's still a positive that they didn't get a shot.
Yeah, I'd give a little token pressure here. just so that unless they're just going to dribble it out. But I actually like the move by Paige Jelanovich going hard. Okay, it's either going to be a foul or a charge, so I have no problem with her going hard to the rack.
I agree. 7-point deficit. Riverside hanging in here and showed some signs of life. That's for sure. A big comeback. For Paul Brennan, I'm John Mendola. It's halftime. We'll take a timeout here on the Riverside Lady Vikes Athletic Network. Welcome back to Liberty High School for the start of the second half. They're going to try to double team Kylie Lavelle. Will be what they need. They'll go into Lavelle early, and Kylie Lavelle, they're going to call a foul here on Lavelle, so that'll be her first foul of the evening.
Well, we got her the ball where we wanted to. We just weren't able to finish there. But that's a good sign for the start of the half.
Yeah, she'll make most of those, and they know they're going to end up trying to double team her, do whatever they have to do. But they've got their number one player back in there, Janiyah Smith. Janiyah Smith with the basketball. Had to get her ankle taped there in the second quarter. Had a hard fall over there against the padding.
Right, and our guards just got to contain. We don't want to go flying by. We don't want any fake hustle. We would just want to keep them in front, just like that.
All air on that one. Up court, Lavelle in stride for two, 27-22. Well, let's get the big, tall, athletic Kylie Lavelle to touch every possession and make something happen here. Down 5, under 7 to go here in quarter number 3. Paul Brennan, the superintendent, John Mendola here on the Riverside Lady Vikes Athletic Network.
Well, the one thing I know, John, is our girls believe. I happened to go in at halftime. Nobody had a discouraged look in their eye. You know, they hit 5 threes, Imhotep, credit to them. But, you know, I think that might be their high all year on three-pointers in a game.
Ball loose, but coming up with it is Finney, and she scores it. Every possession, you get to the state playoffs, we talk about this through the state playoffs, somebody's going to make a big play. Somebody's going to make a steal, and it gets tougher and tougher. There's feed Kylie Lavelle, the 6-foot young lady, Michaela Sunshine Rampart Carter.
That's got to be something there. Her whole arm came down. But that's exactly what we want to do. On the other end, though, however, we cannot lose the battle for loose balls.
6:19, got to get it in, and they do. Lily Pond got stuffed over there by all 6'4" of Carter.
That's 6'4", but you got to draw the contact there because you're not shooting over.
We got a timeout here before they threw the ball in. 6:15 to go. It's a 30-second timeout. 7-point deficit. That's what it was at half. Both teams scored a bucket each. And Jack McKayla will have a conversation over there.
Well, it's a baseline out-of-bounds play, so, you know, Coach McKayla, I know he's good at drawing things up. We might get a layup out of it. One thing I'm impressed with Imhotep is the fact that they always have 2 or 3 girls, even though they're pressing out on the perimeter, they have 2 or 3 girls that are crashing the boards defensively because they know Kylie will get putbacks. And so they've done a really nice job of that.
So Riverside runs out of the huddle here, and they will inbound. Basically double. They're going to double, do whatever they got to do to not have Lavelle touch the ball.
Well, I could tell you that's not how we drew it up. But I would have used Kylie as a decoy there and try to get somebody else to lay up.
So still 6:15 on the clock. So they'll bring it down right now. It is Tanaya Finney, the senior. She is the point guard. Very relaxed and has shown what she's worth today with some long balls and picking up when Janiyah Smith, their leading scorer, went out. They drive right to the bucket, and you heard a little bit of something in there, and Samaya Stevens, the junior, drove the contact.
Well, and she's moving with a purpose. We got to move our feet a little bit better and anticipate that. We've been talking about the drive. I know Coach McKayla's been talking about them slashing to the hoop. We just got to be able to anticipate that a step sooner.
Free throw goes.
But a credit to number 11 in Imhotep. Looks like we got a call there on number 21.
So it went against Smith.
Smith, yeah, is number 0. Well, they're coming with a little half-court pressure. Let's just see if it's a token pressure.
That jumper
See,
didn't
Kylie's
go.
got to take 2 more dribbles there and lay it in.
So now it is
That was
Smith.
a travel.
Good eyes there as Smith gets called moving there. 5:37 on the clock. It is an 8-point deficit for the Lady Vikes of Riverside.
So I like our strategy the first time where we gave it and hit Kylie on the cut.
Move the ball around. Kylie Lavelle downtown off that rim, and a rip by Finney as Sloboda tried to harass her a little bit over there with Antonacci. Smith will bring it down. Just doesn't seem like she's 100%, but she's still pretty good at whether it's 60, 70, or 80%. Still got a lot of ball game to her.
Well, the key is you got to get the W and you get a chance to heal. So hopefully we have something to say about that.
Absolutely. Under 5 minutes to play. So the Lady Vikes, again, this Imhotep team has slowed down the offense a little bit. So coach saying be patient.
Yeah, they're trying to make us extend out. And with an 8-point lead, you can afford to do that on a couple possessions here. They want to open up some driving lanes right here.
Finney will drive and kick it out. It's Kylie Lavelle stealing that. Smith's coming from behind. Kylie Lavelle just missed it. And the other way, it's a miss. Sloboda gets that rebound. I think the part of ebbs and flows of that offense right now at Imhotep, you have that chance to get back in it, but you got to finish some.
Yeah, you don't want to dribble to the corner and pick up your dribble. Good job by Lily Pond, and that's exactly what I was talking about. We need to see more of those turn and face and aggressive move to the basket, okay? Because Imhotep's not going to be disciplined enough to move their feet and step in.
They called that on 11. I swore that was on Michaela Sunshine Rampart Carter, the 6'4" young lady, but I guess it was on number 11, Stevens. Outside shot doesn't go over there from Pond, and it goes out of bounds off of Riverside.
That's a good look. Just didn't go down. It's a good look.
3:54 on the clock. We're moving here in quarter number 3 as Riverside out of District 2 takes on Imhotep Charter. Dallas area will play West Philadelphia after this. And that pass inside, they try to go to Carter, tied up Sloboda, grabbed it, it's going the other way, jump ball, no, it's staying here. Nice job by Sloboda, thinking quickly.
Yeah, and unless she catches it right by the rim, she's looking to give it up, number 21 there. So great play by Katie Sloboda.
Throw the ball inside, contested off of Imhotep.
Oh, she was out of bounds when she tipped that.
He almost called it and then didn't. And we're going to get a foul here on Imhotep. Or is it on the Lady Vikes? It's going to stay here. Wow. Oh, it is going the other way. Okay.
Yeah. That's a girl we haven't seen yet. Denise Bender, did they say? Number 12 there.
Well, they have her listed as Anise Geiger. So either our hearing's off or somebody else is in the lineup that we're not aware of. 3:17 to go, 30-22. This score hasn't changed a whole lot this quarter. Been very defensive. Lavelle between 7 players or so it seems. Sloboda downtown. Taylor.
Well, and that's when you put 3 on Kylie, that's what happens. She did a nice job of skip passing there.
30-25. The Lady Vikes playing with Imhotep here. In red, Lady Vikes in white. Liberty High School, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Paul Brennan, the superintendent. I'm John Mendola here on the Riverside Lady Vikes Athletic Network.
Yeah, we need another stop or 2 here in a row. That would fit right into what Coach Mikhailo was talking about, winning the quarter at halftime. Definitely got to win this quarter if we want to make a run in the fourth.
The offense is not going through their leading scorer, Smith, who scores 17 a game. There's one of them.
Spoke too soon, John.
Eat my words. 32-25. 2:22 on the clock here in the third. Maybe Smith might be getting a little bit of momentum there. That shot
too
off.
far. Way out deep on that. Again, we got to penetrate to the hoop. We got to take the ball from the perimeter and get into the paint. If we get into the paint, good things will happen.
2:02 to go. Lavelle with a rip rebound. They're going to try to slow her down a little bit, but Lavelle will go east, west, north, south. Backyard basketball shot comes in, and she'll be charged with the foul.
Yeah, and they're throwing everything at Kylie. It's a tall task. But in transition there, we got to get her to keep her dribble and get to the rim.
32-25. You hate to see this lead get to 7 and 8 again. You like it at 3, 4, 5 points possibly. Buck 40. Anything can happen here to end this third. Lady Vikes fans hoping that it could be a little more positive for them, but they're playing well enough to be with this Imhotep talented team. Here is Lavelle. We'll slow it down. Lavelle is headed to Drexel. Sloboda thought about it for a second. Antonacci, corner pocket, no go, but gets a roll. Here is an open look from Lavelle off that rim. Sloboda, big rebound. No, it's Lily Pond over there. And a foul.
Good job by Lily there, and that's what we talked about, crashing the boards. Second opportunities here, second chance opportunities.
That's on the floor. 3 fouls now on number 11. They keep her in. Buck 08 to go. 14 fouls for Imhotep. Inside, another foul. This one will be shooting. This one will be on the Tolly. They're looking for a tee.
Crowd wants a technical. I think she slammed the ball down there.
And Jack McKayla will have that conversation with the official over there.
They call that technical. That could be a game changer, but they didn't.
32-25. Bounces out. Get 2 more young ladies in here for Imhotep. 106 to play in the third.
If you take a look at the team fouls, it's 5-3 right now. We have 5, they have 3, but or I'm sorry, they have 5, we have 3. So, we got to get into the bonus, and the free throw line might win it for us down the stretch.
1 minute to play here in quarter number 3. Imhotep will slow things down. I got to think this almost works to Riverside's advantage. They want to slow things down.
Yeah.
It just keeps you within the loop here.
They can't send 2 at her, though.
Yeah, with a quarter to go. And they haven't been, hitting all their shots either, this Imhotep team tonight. We'll go to the corner.
We got to get on the boards. This is okay. They'll make a mistake. It's a 2-possession game, 6 points.
Got to get a stop right here. There it is.
There it is.
Steal. And a foul, as you said.
That's exactly what. You don't want to foul 90 feet from the basket. Next one's a 1-on-1, Last thing they want to do is let us walk the length of the court and shoot free throws.
So Kylie Lavelle will have the basketball. 32-26, 13 seconds in the third.
John, I like our chances here if we can attack. We have to attack.
I'm surprised.
We got to get to the free throw line.
Here comes the final shot with 3 seconds. It's a driver. No go, and that is lucky. I thought Lavelle would have held the ball there, tried to drive to the hoop. They tried something else, try to get a little of that, maybe get her the ball in the paint. 32-26 after 3. For Paul Brennan, I'm John Mandola. We have 1 quarter to go. We're excited for quarter number 4. We'll be right back. Well, we're back. quarter number 4, 1 to go, Paul. You're down 6. You're in a good position here if you're the Lady Vikes of Riverside against Imhotep, who are pretty good in a lot of their sports.
We're right where we want to be, John. I'm very confident. I think if we can go vertical with the basketball rather than horizontal, if we can face up and attack rather than going side to side, I think we'll win this game. We're in the bonus next shot. That plays to our advantage, especially if Kylie's out in transition. We'll be shooting from the free throw line.
Sloboda with the basketball. And she will get fouled. Foul number 7.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. We went north with it. We didn't go east and west.
So could you now be the game on the free throw line? That will be one of the keys. And let's see how the Lady Vikes respond. No doubt there's pressure.
Well, I'm not going to jinx this, but one thing we do well is we get good grades with the Lady Vikes, and we shoot free throws well. So if we can get to the free throw line a bunch of times, I think we'll be in a good spot.
Oh, some substitutions here. 32 to 27, and 7 team fouls for the other school. Sloboda hits that one. Here's
a little
the full
box
court
press.
Pressure. Yep. 7:48 now.
I kind of like it because this keeps them out of the flow of the game, and they're not going to be able to stall the ball.
Got to steal.
We got to attack. You have to attack.
Bombs away. Olanovich and went the other way. Good hustle there by Imhotep. Looks like they want to bring the pace up just a little bit. Even their coach wants to slow it down. It's a 4-point deficit.
Yeah, you know what, though? If you try to not win the game and do what was successful for them early on, sometimes you get out of sync. And if the momentum swings, it's going to be a hard thing to get back for Imhotep, especially with our crowd and how loud they are.
Looking around. Finney now back with the basketball. Under 7 minutes to go.
I understand it. I don't think we want to match up because of how athletic they are.
Smith does what she does. Goes to the rack. 34-28, Lavelle. Sloboda, corner, back to Sloboda.
You got to attack.
Sloboda, a little bit of a runner there and went a little hard off the glass. Yeah. 6:29.
We got to go to the rim with a vengeance. We can't go half and shoot floaters. We got to go right to the rack. And if you get a charge, so be it.
That shot is off, and Lavelle gets a rebound. Was looking for a foul there. The other girl hooked her. They didn't call it. Here comes Lavelle now. And almost and then one, but back to that free throw line. 8th team foul. Getting closer to that double bonus. 6:08 to play.
Well, we got 4 seniors on the floor in Lily Pond. So I know our seniors. I talked with them today. They don't want this to be their last game.
Free throw goes. 5-point deficit. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight who is a Riverside Lady Vikes fan, and then some District 2 basketball fans, and a timeout. Full timeout coming here for the Lady Vikes. Down 4, Paul.
Well, everybody got their $8 digital ticket worth with this game. 4-point game, 6 minutes to go.
We'll take an audio timeout. We'll come right back. Well, we are back here with 6:08 to go in the 4th. The Lady Vikes trail by 4 to Imhotep. And Paul Brennan, what do you think happened in that huddle over there with Jack Mikhailo?
Well, I'm hoping, and knowing Jack and knowing him for a long time, Coach Rupp, his assistant, has told him, hey, we're in the bonus here. We got to attack the rim. We're giving a little different look here on the press. I like it. We just got to keep them in front here, and we can't let them get any layups. We can't exchange baskets, even though there's a lot of time left.
Smith, dish, and a finish there by Carter. 36-30. Lavelle with the basketball. Dribbles around one, gets it over to the corner. Olanovic gets Lavelle a little bit of wiggle room right there. They try to pound it inside to Lily Pond. That's a good idea. Maybe get another foul on the tall girl and add another foul there.
Definitely a good idea, but we got to get Kylie away from the top of the key. She's got to go inside after she passes.
Sloboda up strong, misses, but Lavelle is there, and a beautiful alley-oop pass. 36-32, 5:34
Got to get a stop.
Clock.
Got to get a stop. I like how they have Kylie back this time. Just her presence in the lane might deter in case they get to that last level there. There it is.
Steal.
Get a good one here.
Olanovic will come over on the right-hand side, high off the glass. They'll call a block.
What a great basketball game. You know, we heard in the huddle, we heard the Imhotep parents from the stands yelling to their kids in the huddle. I know how proud our parents are and how proud they are of their girls, and you can see it on both sides. So what a great basketball game.
Yeah, the Imhotep fans dressed in their colors, red and black, and they're active over there behind the Imhotep bench. At the same time, the Riverside Vikes spread out throughout the gymnasium, and they're loud and proud as well. Lavelle trying to get that free throw, luckily tipped away by Michaela Sunshine Rampart Carter. 5:14 on the clock. Lady Vikes still down 4. Runner, but blocked by Carter. And Riverside came up with it. I have no idea how. Lady Vikes playing with tons of heart right now. Lavelle with
right
basketball.
to the hoop. You can't wait. She's got to go right to the hoop because now they're 5 behind.
Lavelle over the lane, over 3 players. And the rebound goes to the Panthers.
She gets it on that high post. She's just got to drop step and go to the rack.
4:46 on the clock, fourth quarter. 9 team fouls for Imhotep. You just need possessions here if you're Riverside, knowing you're going to go to the double bonus.
Well, we still have a few fouls to give, but if you have Kylie Lavelle, you've got a shot.
4 team fouls now for the Lady Vikes. And Imhotep will take a timeout with 4:36 to play.
Yeah, what I meant by that is, you know, when she gets it, don't wait for the defense to recover. Just make your move, sort of like Imhotep was doing in the first half.
Big week, you know, I'm sure you had Read Across America in the beginning of the month. You got St. Patrick's Day coming. Lots of positive things going on in the Riverside School District.
Yeah, one of the best times of the school year in March, especially if your teams are still going. You know, there's a different sense of pride in the hallways when your teams are going. You know, you like sports or you hate sports. I could tell you it does a lot for the academics and the morale in the hallways when your teams are still winning. And that's why if we can pull off a W here and make it to the next week, the teams that still go on, they're the ones that hog the newspapers. They get all of the articles, and a lot of their kids that might not get the credit throughout the year, then they start showcasing them as well.
A very good year for your boys basketball program as well.
Yeah, our boys were stellar this year. They ran into a great team in the district title game in Redeemer, who's still going, and then they ran into Loyal Sock, where we scored 64 points against them, but didn't come out with the victory. And they're going to be one of the last teams going as well.
4:29 on the clock, 36-32. John Mendola and the superintendent, Paul Brennan, joining you tonight here at Liberty. And Kylie Lavelle, get that out of here.
She's gonna walk the length of the court and shoot free throws. Number 0 just ran out of real estate there and got trapped under the hoop.
Coaches, you know, They just came off a timeout. He said it sounded like he's just telling them what they needed to do. And, there's a third foul there on Smith. And,
yeah,
be able to possess.
Little surprised on her drive there. You got to know where your landmarks are on the floor. You can't get pinned under the hoop like that. So, but I think senior leader like that, you're going to see her try to get the ball again next possession.
4:20 on the clock. Lavelle hits the free throw, makes it 36-33. Riverside trailing.
Well, John, you talked about it. Free throws are going to be the key here. We're in the double bonus, and it's a one-possession game.
Another free throw. Down 2. The smallest of deficits in quite some time. Here comes Smith down court. And Lambert couldn't finish. The ball's still alive. And Smith, Lavelle didn't want to foul there.
Man, what an opportunity we missed there.
38.
Almost had the steal on the press and then misfortune underneath the hoop.
Down 4, the Lady Vikes. Olanovich gets it to Lily Pond and a timeout. Not a foul?
Timeout.
Okay.
I thought it was a blocking foul, but he got a timeout. One thing we can't do is we just got to turn and face. We can't waste our dribble. Otherwise, their pressure is going to trap us there in the corners.
Well, we got 3:48, less than halfway here in the fourth. In exciting times. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back. Back at it, Pond. Couldn't get the runner right there.
Man, we had a bunch of misfortunate bounces throughout this game that I know when you go back and look at the film, you're going to say, wow, if we just had one or two of those.
Down low, steal. Pond got her hand on it, and Sloboda comes up with it. Back to Antonacci. Still a 4-point deficit. Riverside right here.
You got to attack and get to the free throw line.
Mikhailo looking for Sloboda for the tray. Not there. You make it, it's awesome. It just, sometimes you don't make those big shots. It's tough, but you go play some defense. And you get a rebound like Sloboda just did.
Right here, go to the rack. Go to rack, Kylie.
Kylie Lavelle, backyard basketball rebound. Kylie Lavelle can't finish. What do we got here?
I think they got Kylie on a reach, and she's got to take one more dribble there and lay it in.
So Smith was, I don't want to say throwing elbows because that's not appropriate, but she was just being very excited to get that rebound, and she did what she had to do physically to draw that foul.
Yeah, we got to make sure Sloboda is way back here.
2:47. Too much time on the clock to make a miscue, and there is a miscue from Imhotep. That's big.
Well, a little over 2.5, John, and we're in a 4-point game.
Exciting times here. District 2, Riverside, Lady Vikes Athletic Network. Kylie Lavelle with the basketball, headed to Drexel. No foul call there. Sloboda to the rack. Sloboda with the ready. Oh, just a little short.
Well,
2:18.
this is it. This is your season on the line. Okay, it's got to be every ounce you have in you. You can't leave any gas in the tank here. Okay, you cannot let a possession be an almost. You can't almost get there. You can't almost finish. Everything's got to be executed here in this last 2 minutes of the ball game.
2:16 on the clock. It's a full timeout. We'll gather our thoughts. We'll come back for the final 2 minutes. Well, here we go after the full timeout. The Imhotep still up 4.
Yeah, I think I alluded to it, John. As a senior, and I know our seniors will do this, they got to walk out of this gymnasium with no regrets. So you're going to see every ounce of energy they have there, because maybe the ball didn't bounce a certain way, or maybe it does, but they're going to walk off this floor with no regrets.
Little trap action coming. Here's a foul. Antonacci.
Yeah, we're leaking up a little high in that back row there. They got the 6'4" girl who can basically be at the rim if she catches it.
Bethlehem Liberty, the setting, PIAA quarterfinals will get to the semifinals on the weekend, and then the finals next week. Oh, Carter all by herself. 6-point lead, buck 51. Travel. Official was right on it. Tough call.
I think you got to press here a little bit. Oh, he's going to get a timeout.
So timeout coming with a 1:48 to go.
Well, John, you mentioned what are we most proud of. I did mention the grades, and that's one thing about the Lady Vikes. Their grades are stellar. Sometimes it's hard to imagine how they can manage all of those hours of extracurriculars. Like Morgan Antonacci, for instance, she's at the top of her class. I'm not sure if she's ranked second or first, but when every 10th of a point counts, that's a really thing. They're on the buses with flashlights for their homework, and they're making sure that they're putting in the extra mile in the classroom. All of our kids are great students with the Lady Vikes.
Camaraderie at a small school like Riverside. It's always nice to see that these young ladies support everybody. Whether you're the first player on the floor or somebody sitting at the end of the bench, everybody's supportive of each other.
Well, the next foul for us still be in the bonus, so the key is to foul the right person. This is where watching the tape comes into play. You don't want to foul those that can make them, but you definitely can put the right people on the line for our sake.
Imhotep with the basketball.
And I don't think number 0 is going to be one of them.
You're hoping for an offensive foul there, but I think that's going to go against Lavelle.
That's the bonus.
4th foul, 3rd.
So if they can miss the front end of a couple of these, we're in business.
So Smith is a 68% free throw shooter.
Yeah, she's their leader. It's a tough one to foul.
Good stroke. 41-34.
Big box out here. And we got to get up the court without turning it over, but with the purpose.
Riverside comes up with a rebound. Here's Lavelle now with the basketball.
Get to the middle of the floor.
Buck 31. Sloboda will try to drive baseline, kicks it over, switch around inside Lily Pond. Man, they're draped all over. Lily Pond pulls that out of her ankle.
That's exactly what you got to do. You got to attack the basket.
41-36, a buck 11 on the clock. Finney is going to get trapped and going to get fouled over here.
I know they're going for the ball there, but that looked a little premature. But the clock is stopped at 1:07, and we'll see what number 3 can do. She's hit a lot of big shots in this game, so I'm not sure if she's a free throw shooter or not, but you got to think if she's knocking down those big ones, she's going to be.
She happens to be the best on the team, 72%. Her teammate, 67%. Pond. Just try to get a shot. That's important. You don't want to turn the ball over with this draping defense.
Yeah, you can't go back to the corner. We got to get the ball to the middle of the floor and attack the basket.
Kylie Lavelle has to touch the ball here.
Yeah.
She throws up a prayer. She drives the ball, whatever she's got to do.
We can't have her on the opposite wing here of where the ball is. There you go, Lily.
Lily Pond in, missed. Good contention, though, as
foul.
Lavelle tried to get
ball.
there.
Go for the steal.
And there's Sloboda on the foul. So still 2-possession game as of right now with 4.8 seconds to go.
Yeah, it's going to come down to whether we could hit a big shot or keep attacking the basket and whether or not they hit their free throws. So 1-on-1, they're clearing the lane and they're bringing everybody back. With a 6'4", I don't know if I would do that.
There's Finney.
Well, like you said, this is their top free throw shooter, so it might not be a bad strategy.
42-36.
And she buries both of them.
So 3-possession game right now.
We got to make a hard move to the basket here.
Got to get the ball back in Lavelle's hands. Just force it into her. There you go. And there's a foul there. She'll go to the free throw line. It does stop the clock. 30.3 seconds. You like that?
Yeah, so right now on a make, you got to be up. I'd be full court man at this point because you're fouling anyways. The only downfall is it's a double bonus. But maybe you can get a 5 count. Maybe you can get a steal. We definitely got to do something. Either they got to miss free throws on the other end or we got to get a stop.
First free throw goes.
So 2-possession game. We're down 6. Lexi Kostov comes in for Lily Pond.
Brielle Reed now in the lineup.
If Kylie hits this, we got to be up to 9.
That's a miss. Battle there. Jump ball, but
Arrow
it's going the other way. Yeah. Tough.
So we got to be denying here. Everybody's got to be touching somebody on the shoulder. Make sure everybody's accounted for. I'd be face out on the ball. Trapping that.
43-37.
Good foul by Kylie. Didn't let any clock come off.
4th foul.
Well, and I give Imhotep a lot of credit. Their girls came to play hard. They hit some big shots in the first half, and they've been able to exchange baskets and weather the storm here a little bit here in the second half, and these free throws are huge.
Tanaya Smith got hurt for a bit.
You can see the substitute pattern for Coach Mikhailo, offense, defense. He's getting the quicker guards on the defensive end and then bringing his scorers back for the offense. But there's nothing you could do if they're burying the free throws on the double bonus.
45.
Got to get to the middle of the floor here and attack.
Lavelle long distance and a little too long. These years go by fast. A lot of reflection here on these seniors on the floor here for Riverside.
Yeah, we're really proud of our seniors. We had a great senior class. These girls have been playing together since they were in Biddy basketball, and you know, they're on to bigger and better things. They're all going off to college, but they were able here, and this is really, high school is what you make of it, and these girls were able to create a lot of memories, not only for themselves, but for our community and our parents and our school district.
A lot of hard work, a lot of parental support at Riverside.
We're looking to get over half and call it 3 and then hit a timeout.
Hits the free throw, so Riverside
You want
now.
to get over the half here, hit a three-pointer, or go right to the rack and call timeout. Hit that 3. Timeout. Timeout.
Lily Pond for 3. So the banks are open. They're down 6, 12.8 seconds.
We'll take the bank. They had 1 or 2 of them, so we'll take that one. Again, we got to be up to 9, full court. Maybe go face off on the ball. Try to get a 5 count. 5 count would be huge.
And no quit at
Hey,
all.
Reggie Miller did it, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
I think he had 8 seconds on the clock. We got 12.8, 46-40. But back to our seniors, what a great group. Everybody talks about Kylie. She's going to Drexel. But our other 3, Paige Olanovich, Morgan Antonacci, and Katie Sloboda, as good as you can find.
I think Katie is committed to Keystone.
Yeah, she'll be playing ball for Keystone. She's just got to drop a little so they don't lob it to the big girl. Foul.
Almost a steal
It's a
there.
walk.
7 seconds.
You got to get. Oh, they're going to let them dribble it out. What a great season for our Lady Vikes.
Yeah, congratulations to the Lady Vikes. Fantastic season. And congratulations to Imhotep to get the win tonight, 46-40 here in the PIAA 3A Girls Playoffs at Bethlehem Liberty. Paul, I want to thank you and the administration and everybody for allowing us to broadcast this game tonight for the school at Riverside. We wish the best to all the spring sports teams, but congratulations to the Lady Vikes.
Yeah, we appreciate you helping us out, John. We're very, very proud of these girls and their effort. A couple bounces didn't go our way, but extremely proud of them. So.
Final score, Imhotep 46 and Riverside 40. Have a good night, everybody.